So how can you tell if someone is a runaway Venturist owner or a runaway camper owner in general? Time to go camping. Let's do... This one. Nope. That one. This one. Gotta be this one. Come on. Okay. If it's not that one, it must be this one. Ha! There we go. Yep, exactly that. That has been the #1 annoyance complaint with anyone that has a runaway camper, whether it be a Venturist, CoolCamp, any of them. You get a lot of keys. Each door is a separate key. And if you're trying to camp at night and you want to, you leave, you come back, you try and unlock your door, you're like, ah, crap, which one is it? Is it the one with the black Sharpie on it, or is it the one with the red Sharpie on it? Runaway's fixing that problem now, where they're offering a replacement set. One for each of the side doors and then one for the rear door. And best of all, it's all one key now. And you can get it directly from Runaway, either with your new purchase or as an add-on, and I'll show you how to replace it today. It's like 4, 5, 6 screws, and it needs a Phillips head screwdriver. Anyone can do it, so join me. Good morning, happy Saturday, welcome back to the channel. So today, like I mentioned, we're going to be installing a replacement set for the side doors and the rear door. This is offered directly from Runaway Camper now. You can have this outfitted on your new camper, or you can give them a call and go on the site and pick it up and have them ship it directly to you. This is going to replace everything and make it just one key, and you don't have to have a custodial set of keys hanging off your keychain just to get in all the doors of your camper. So let's get started on this. Let's take a look at what comes in the box, and then I'll show you how to replace it right on the door. Only tools you need are a Phillips head screwdriver and some cutters. That's really all you need. I don't recommend using a Phillips head drill because you don't want to strip anything. While the new door handles are metal compared to the plastic composite of the old one, you still don't want to force anything. This is still like a composite material. It can still squish. Ask me how I know. I accidentally tightened the other side a little too much when I was learning how to do this before making the video. Anyways, let's get to unboxing and see what's inside of these. So first off, you get 2 for the side doors, and then you get this 1 for the rear. We'll start with the side first. So it comes in a 2-pack, and just pop it open right like that. And then inside you'll see your keys hanging there, and this is the new locking mechanism. See, this is all metal, gasket around here for the exterior. Feels a lot more heavy duty than the last one. This is really well made. And on the inside there's a very large switch for locking and unlocking. So first thing first, we will need to separate the keys obviously from this unit, but also we need to separate these from each other. And also in the package you get this bag of accessories. So within this, let's try not and lose them all in the first few seconds. So in this you get a new plate. This is for the actual frame of the door or frame of the RV, and then this is the striker plate. I believe that's what it's called. This is what's going to go on the outside of the lock. This is what pulls the lock through that door frame, so it makes a good connection. And then you get 2 new screws for that plate, and then you get 4 new screws for the door handle itself. You are not reusing any screws from your existing door handle. Everything is going to be new because these are, one, they're threaded differently, and they are a lot longer. This is a totally different brand, totally different unit. So let's go ahead and get started. And first step is going to be removing the old door handle. So first step, we're going to go to the door handle itself. And then there's 4 screws that we need to remove to take off the old handle. I have this chair leaning against there because it is very windy here today. You can probably hear it. And yeah, have fun focusing a camera on this when it's moving around. So first thing, let's take off these screws. Okay, first things first, we need to remove these 4 screws. Remember, these are not going to be reused again. So these are going to come out, and you can see here the threading is a lot coarser than the ones I just showed in the unboxing. So take out these screws. I'm just using a Phillips P2 from Craftsman. All right, now this is exposed inside. You can see all the little plastic composite hairs falling all over the place. Now, next step, there's 2 screws here on the outside. We just have to take those out. You notice as it comes out, the whole thing starts to fall out and is loose. So now, with those 2 screws out, you can just push in here and then slide the whole unit out. So the next step here is to separate the new door panel. The only thing really holding it on is this little lock switch right here, and it's not clamped on by anything. You just got to wiggle it around, and the whole panel will come apart. And then this handle will swing freely. Don't worry about that. So this is the part we need to install first. And from the new kit, we're going to get that replacement plate and the 2 screws that it came with, and then we're going to orient this so it's like this and slide it in from the opposite side. Notice this is an important step here because you want these 2 screws on the outside to pull the lock towards the edge of the door. This is what will make a solid connection so the door can't pop open by accident when you're driving. So this part's pretty important. So just like removing it, we're sliding this in, lining it up right here, and then pushing it in the door. There will be some resistance, and then I'm going to slide my plate in exactly how the old one came out. And this portion of it, I've learned you kind of have to push, or pull the door handle towards you. There it goes. Now that I got one in, it'll be a little bit easier to explain. So I'm lining up all the plate and the handle right here. And you'll want to, for all of these screws, you always want to reverse turn. You want to go counterclockwise until you feel it click. And that's when you know the threads of the screw and the threads of the hole are lining up. So I'm holding from the back side, pushing this door handle in and pulling it towards me, turning it back until I feel that little click, then I can start turning it. And then you see as I turn this more and more, it's pulling the whole locking mechanism way out here and pulling it in. Now this is the easy part. Now we just got to put this lock back in. You'll see that this lock can spin freely, so we just have to get that aligned before we do it. And then this handle right here makes a lever move. So this lever needs to sit right here. So basically it just has to stay straight. And the only annoying part I found is getting this to line up and stay in, because I've often found times where you're trying to put the screw in and then the plate will come off like this, and then this will move, and then you'll be like, why isn't it screwing in? It should be lining up. And it's really, you just have to move this red thing around until it finds wherever the lock position is again, and it'll fall in place. Where is that lock position at? There it is. See, it just fell right in place, and now it's completely flush with the door. And if you're wondering why this is going so smooth, it's because I did the other side first as a test, and I did all my screw-ups over there, where I had them. I was using the wrong screws at first, thinking, oh, it's the same, and it took forever to get these little holes to line up. But these last 2 did not fall in place. Just gotta switch it around better. So you kind of have to hold the back of the door as well, and you're trying to get it so it does that same click, because oftentimes you might be like right next to the hole and it won't be. Nope, there it is. I think that's it. Yep, there it is. This is probably the hardest part, frustrating part. It's just getting this to fall. See, so I kind of have it wedged right here right now, trying to find that. There it is. Nope. If you get resistance, you're not in the right spot, and you should try again. It should be pretty straight on. See, it fell all the way in and went at an angle. There's no way that's where it's supposed to go. Nope, there's one. Yep. So you hear this click right here? That's the threads. When they go backwards, they're dropping into the threads on the lock. So now I can turn it. This one's going easily. Nope, no it's not. See this one, it's popping. That means I'm not in anything. I'm just spinning around in something. So that should be it. Yep, there it is. So if the screws fall all the way in when you do it, it's not right. There's that one. Now we're back to this troublemaker right here. Let me back it out and try it again. Yep, there it goes. So after I tighten these up slowly, I tighten this one up, and then it's falling in place a lot easier. And don't over tighten. You can see I kind of over tightened right here. This will pull this soft material into the door. Like I really dented in the one on the other side by over tightening. So just enough so it's snug. So all the screws are snug, but not so much that it's sucking the door in. There we go. Now it's on. So if we want to lock comes out, unlock, and then the handle. Now let's try and shut the door and see if it works. So, just like that. And when I first did this, I didn't put those 2 screws in the striker plate at all. I forgot about it. And so the striker plate the striker wasn't pulled out enough. So even when this door was locked, I could still open it. So now I know it's installed because it's not even moving right now. So now I can unlock it, do it again. And then over here, you have to turn it to the left fully to get the deadbolt to engage. Middle is nothing, right is unlock, left is lock, and it's a tighter kind of a turn. This is how you replace your door handles with singular key door handles on a Runaway Venturist or any of the other camper models. We're going to continue on to the rear and see if there's anything different with that one now. You're welcome to join me still, but if you feel like you're ready to take on this project and have one key to rule them all, check out runawaycampers.com and you can pick up a complete set directly from them. On to the back. All right, for those who stuck around, welcome to the rear of the camper. Same thing, we're going to take off these same 4 screws. So that panel comes off, 2 screws on the side. That comes off, the handle comes off. Use this opportunity to clean up the mess. We're done with these. When I picked up my Runaway, I mentioned the key thing, and they had mentioned they were about to launch this, and they told me the price and all, and I could order it later, but I was like, I'm here, take my money. Let's do this right now, because those multiple key things is such a pain in the butt, and this is totally worth it. And I think cheaper than if I was going to do 3 doors of like the keypad, like the smart key system. Like this is cheap. So same deal, wiggle it until it comes apart. Put that in there until that lines up, and push that in. And I get our striker plate. I do think this time I'm not going to tighten this to oblivion. I'm going to get all the screws in first before I go tightening this all the way. I think that'll make it an easier time. Cool. It's in there, but it's loose. That's what we want. So same deal. Gotta put this plate on, but we gotta make sure this red switch falls into place. Get that aligned. So lock works, handle works. Now we just need to get 1 screw in. Remember, they don't fall all the way in. If they fall all the way in, you missed. Oh, look at that. Nice. I have to push the back side of this thing to keep it flat with the door. I'm kind of just hopping the screw. Oh, there it is. I felt the threads of the screw fall into place. There we go. Now with diagonal done, it should be aligned, so this should go right in. Yep. And yep. Again, this time I'm not going to go torquing it like crazy, just so it's snug. Snug. Same with these. Snug. 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 Nothing moves around. Just like that. We're good to go. So that's it, project complete. That is how you replace all 3 of the door handles on a Runaway Venturist, really any Runaway Camper model. We do not need all of these stupid keys anymore. We have 1. So if you like this kind of content, you want to see more Runaway Venture content or Subaru Outback content or working on tractors, this is the Sometimes Builds. We're a little all over the place with projects because that's how life is. This is real life. I don't work on the same thing every day. There's different projects going on every weekend. Sometimes we travel under Sometimes Adventures. That's when we picked up this thing. And then sometimes we build. Today, we're building. So, if you like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button down below. It's free. It really helps the channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Do you have the same problem? Do you hate having 6 sets of keys along with all the other keys for everything else? Let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to reply and start a discussion there. I will see you next time. Peace.